Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to the All Things Lifestyle Podcast. I am your host, Tay. Thank you so much for tuning in to another week. I'm excited. I'm excited about this episode. As y'all can read from the title, this is my Renaissance recap. Renaissance, aka B-Day, aka Renaissance Day, aka Renaissance World Tour. B is on tour. And if you don't know, I don't know, I've mentioned this on the podcast before. My top two favorite artists are Lil Wayne and Beyonce. Beyonce, legendary, chef's kiss, can't tell me nothing about her. Love her down. And when I say that was the best performance I've seen in my life. And I feel like I've seen a lot of people perform, like between like going to concerts. Well, honestly, it was mostly, I'll go to mostly festivals versus concerts. Now that I think about it, concert wise, I think I've been to just Lil Wayne concerts. I'm gonna have to really think back hard, but I go to a lot of festivals. That's how I've seen like different artists, like Something in the Water Festival. And I remember I went to this festival in Arizona called Pot of Gold. Was it called Pot of Gold? Yeah, Pot of Gold. Other festivals that they have out here, it's just random festivals I'll see artists at. But now that I'm thinking about it, concert, other than Lil Wayne, this is the only other concert. I might have to really think, but yeah, like concert show, yeah, I think she's the only other one. And honestly, I don't even have an intro topic for this episode because, I like the chit chat, a little bit in the intro, then get into the main chat later. I'm going to just get right into it. Well, I'm going to do my product of the week and my quote of the week. So starting this week, I'm going to do a new segment. So I was doing affirmations for a while, and we love affirmations. But I'm going to take a break from the affirmations and go into some quotes of the week. Again, still in the same realm of being positive, being motivated, and trying to stay on track. Something to get you up, get you moving, and get you to do the thing that you need to do for the day, for the week, for the quarter, for the month, whatever it is. But I feel like quotes are great. I love quotes. I actually have a planner I ordered from Amazon. It has a quote on it, like for every week, every page. Every page it has a quote on it, and it's really cool. So I'm going to start off with my favorite quote ever. I can't remember where I heard this quote at. I got lint on my mic. I just looked down and I'm like, oh my God, this mic is so linty. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the quote of the week. So my favorite quote is, "She believed she could, so she did." I love this quote. I've heard this quote. I feel like I was in high school when I heard this quote. And it just always stuck with me throughout the years. Like every time I think of a quote, people are like, what's your favorite quote? I think of just a quote. I think of, she believed she could, so she did. And it's self-explanatory. Like as long as you believe you can, as long as you believe, as long as I believe, you can do it. As long as you believe in yourself, that is all that matters. So yes, she believed she could, so she did, is the quote this week. And we're just going to move forward with some quotes, take a break from the affirmations, like I said. And, just later on, we're going to get back into the affirmations. Okay, so let's get into product of the week. I am actually excited to talk about this product. The product of the week is, I have to actually read it word for word. It's by First Aid Beauty. It's called the Facial Radiance Pads with Glycolic and Lactic Acid. So I've only been using it and they're like peel pads, like, like if y'all ever used, I'm trying to think, the Noxzema pads that they have. If you ever use those, it's a contouch, it's like just like a pad that's already like has the product in the pad. You just wipe the pad on your face. I've been using this for about 3 weeks now. I feel like it's been 3.5, maybe 4 weeks. But so my skin, like I mentioned before, my skin is doing a little bit better. I magically got a pimple on the dead smack in my forehead, and it popped up today. I was like, so that's so fortunate for me. But I like it because I feel like I've noticed a difference when it comes to toning my skin and for texture, because that's one thing I suffer with is texture, and it's supposed to be exfoliating. That's one of the claims for it. One of the claims is supposed to be exfoliating. So I've been using it for about 3.5 weeks now. And I use it in place of my toner. So instead of using a toner, I use that as my toner. So I like wash my face and then use the peel pad as the toner. Is it peel pad? Facial radiance pad, not peel pad. The facial radiance pad. And I'll use that. And then I'll apply my moisturizer. And then at night, I'll apply my Curology moisturizer. My Curology formula. It's not a moisturizer. The Curology formula I use, and then my moisturizer, but I use it in place of a toner, and I feel like it's been working pretty good for my skin. Like I said, I suffer with texture. I've noticed my texture go down a little bit. I suffer with hyperpigmentation. I feel like it has helped my dark spots a little bit, and I don't know, I just feel like it's making a difference for my skin. And I've actually used First Aid's Beauty body scrub before, and I like their body scrub. All the girls be talking about their body scrub. It's like the KP body scrub. No, I haven't put that as a product of the week. I don't think so. But I like that body scrub too. One of the best, I don't want to say it. One of the best body scrubs I've used, to be honest. The only thing I don't like about it is the smell. But I'm going off on the body scrub. This is not about the body scrub. This is about the facial radiance pads. The claim of it is a gentle, and it is gentle. I can agree it is gentle. Like, you know how sometimes you'll use something on your face and it's super strong. That's what scares me about products. When I use it on my face and I can smell it or just instantly start tingling my face. Like, I know a lot of people be like, oh, that means it's working, but it scares me because my skin is so sensitive and every little thing could make me break out. So it is gentle. It's a daily exfoliator to help brighten a smooth texture, which I feel like it has done a little bit for me. And I've only been using it for, like I said, 3.5 weeks. So this is something I definitely plan on keeping in my skincare routine for a while. I've used it morning and I use it twice a day. And they are a little pricey. So if you want to use it like maybe once in the morning or then once, like you don't want to do both morning and night because they go quicker when you use them twice a day, you could use them once a day. Sometimes I use them once a day just because they are pricey. They're about, I think when I looked, it was like $36 to $38. I can't remember how many come in the pack though. But like I said, to me, it's worth it because it's kind of been working a little bit for me. It also doesn't dry my skin out. That's another thing I could notice too. Like, if a product is really strong, it'll dry my skin out. And it's like, I don't really like that. Because sometimes it's good when you have a lot of acne. I think they said it's good to dry your skin out a little bit, but I know some products are really like dry your skin out, and I don't like that. So this one doesn't do that. My skin just feels like normal, and then I just put my moisturizer on, and then like I put it on, and it leaves your skin kind of wet, like a dewy look. So I fan my face, let it dry, just let my skin dry. I don't use a rag or anything to pat it dry. I let the product soak into my skin, let it dry, whatever, fan my face, and then I'll just follow up with my moisturizer, and that's it. So I definitely recommend these if you are suffering with like hyperpigmentation, dark spots. That's what hyperpigmentation is. And texture, definitely recommend that. Definitely helped me a lot. Okay, so let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into the details. Let's get into the tea. What's the 411 on the concert? Okay, I'm giving my perspective. I've heard like a couple other people like give their perspective of the concert. I've heard all good things. So I would say the only thing is, I feel like I'm gonna start off with this. Ticketmaster is scammy. I'm gonna just start off with that because Ticketmaster is scammy. I paid it was $65 initially, but they gotta add tax on everything. I paid $80 for parking, right? It's like when you pay, you get a barcode. It's like, okay, I'm like, because at those kind of events, you want to know where you're going. You don't want to be riding around looking crazy. You want to know where you're going at those kind of events. So of course it's traffic. We get there, traffic like crazy, like standstill traffic. So we get there or whatever, and we're parking, and it's people guiding. And they're like, oh, go over here, go over here. And mind y'all, it's raining. I'm gonna get to that part. It is raining. But we're driving, they're like, go over here, go over here. People that's guiding in the street. And our color was it orange? I think our color was orange. And I'm like, and she tells us to go this way. And mind you, all these cars, you can't just switch lanes like real quick. It's all these cars. She tells us to go right when we really need to go left. So I need to get over about 2-3 lanes. And then it was this man, he like kind of like stopped the traffic a little bit. I was like, I need to get over. And he stops the traffic on the other side coming this way. And he just lets me cross over to the parking lot. So get over there or whatever. And we park. There was no need for the barcode. There was no need for the parking pass. The parking pass. That's what they called it. The parking pass. There was no need for it. I was so salty. I was like, I want my money back. Not low key. I want to I wonder if I could do that. Because I want my money back. The $80, I want it back. Because why would they say it's a parking pass? And it's not even a parking pass. We was able to just park like normal. I was like, what the heck? So to me, that was a scam. I was like, but honestly, I've heard over the months, even with Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, I've heard so much about Ticketmaster scamming people. Ticketmaster, didn't they get sued? I thought I read something like that, like earlier this year or last year, something about Ticketmaster getting sued. I could see why, because that was a scam. Extra $80 for no reason. And I'm like, I would have Ubered. We would have Ubered, but I'm like, I wouldn't, even though it still was traffic driving out, but it's like waiting on the Uber and trying to find. It was just, I just didn't want to go through that. I just didn't want to go through it. I just wanted to drive, get there, get in my car and wait, even though the traffic leaving, crazy. So that was one thing. That Ticketmaster scamming on the parking. They scammed. But another thing is, it was pouring raining. When I said we was leaving my apartment and we looking up, we like, it looked like it's trying to rain. Halfway there, starts coming down. No, not even halfway there. Like literally, about like 5 minutes into the ride, it just starts downpouring. So I'm like, great. And the first thing I'm thinking is, oh my God, please don't let Beyonce come out. Like, please don't let this affect the show. That's all I was thinking about. Cause I'm like I'm so excited. So we all just like, she gonna come out. So we jamming, you know what I'm saying? We get to the concert, whatever. Still pouring down rain. And I feel like it's been a thing where on my ticket it says 7, but I feel like on everybody's location it's been starting at 8. Because even my friend, her show was today. She was like, their show got delayed till 8, but originally bought it for 7 o'clock. So, and she been coming out about like 9 o'clock. But at 9 o'clock it was like thundering, it was raining, and everybody just sitting around waiting. Okay, so it got delayed a little bit. So instead of coming out about 9, which I felt like she would have came out at, because she came out. So I went to the Sunday DC show. She had 2 shows in DC, Saturday and Sunday. I went to the Sunday one. The Saturday one, my friend said she came out at 9. So I feel like she would have came out at 9 again, but it was like thunder and raining. So she ended up coming out at like 10. The show ended at almost midnight. I feel like it was maybe like 11:45. No, it probably was. No, I think it was midnight when we left. It was like midnight, a little bit over midnight. A great show where me and my sister are in the middle of trying to find our seats, and she just comes on because it was pouring raining. So we went back in, we trying to stay under, because it was at a football stadium. So we trying to stay undercover, until she come out. But we was out there in the rain. She was out there singing, dancing in the rain. And as soon as we heard, I was like, oh my God, B, I diehard fan. I'm so happy I got to experience that. As a diehard fan, as a person that loves her, I don't know. It's just like, I grew up on her music. My mom used to play her music all the time. We literally, me, my mom, my sister, my brother, we had a dance routine to, I need a soldier. I got a soldier. That was a bop. Okay. So it was serious. So it rained on and off the whole night. So I was like, I was thinking that it was gonna cut the performance short. No, she performed all the way through. A true queen, true performer. There's photos of her on Instagram where she posts after every show. It's pouring rain and she is getting her cozy dance routine. She ain't miss a beat. Like nothing was missed, from the visuals to the outfits to the dance routines, the dancers, her band. Everything was just like top tier. Everything was top tier. Like best. Even my friend said it. She was like, best concert I've ever been to. Best concert I've ever been to. Like, it was just, she is such a good performer. So, and it was at one point, I'm just standing there like, oh my God, like, how is this real? Like, she real and she is snatched. And it honestly is motivating and inspiring seeing somebody do this for 20 plus years, like, and she just look like it don't faze her. Oh, that's what I said too. I had said this on my my Instagram story the next day, because I'm like, just low-key recapping just the next day, like, posting my pictures and little videos and stuff like that. And I'm like, y'all know that video where Michael Jackson is just standing there, where he's like, and everybody's going crazy. He's literally just standing there, and then he turns his head and everybody's like, oh my God. Like, people passing out, screaming at the top of them. That's how I felt. I get that now. Those fans, that's how I felt. Like, that's how I felt with when the fans was doing. That's exactly what I thought about the next day. I'm like, I get when people was passing out and going crazy when Michael Jackson was just standing there. And of course, Michael Jackson, greatest of all time. But that's how I felt at the Beyonce concert. I just was like, I'm speechless. And I was speechless for a while. Like, even after the concert, I just was like, oh my God, like, that is crazy. And it's just, I love that I got to see her at least once. I did not sit down the whole time. I stood. I had on some Nike Forces. So I don't wear sneakers that much, so they weren't super comfortable for me. The Forces, at least, because I have comfy sneakers, but those Forces, I don't know. Forces aren't comfortable to me. Maybe it's just me, but they're not really comfortable to me. But I had on Nike Forces. I stood the whole time. The bottom of my feet, like towards the front of my foot, it still hurts because I'm standing the whole time, standing, dancing, whatever. I did not sit down once. When everybody was sitting down, even through her outfit changes, I'm standing. I'm ready. I'm up. I'm up. I was like, yeah. I did not sit down one time. I barely recorded. I got like 2 videos, and then one of the videos I was like, yeah, B. I was screaming like, yeah, so you could barely hear her sing. And then the other video, I got a good one where she was performing Virgo's Groove. She was in like this big seashell. It was so cute. And I don't know if y'all been seeing, it's been going around it's been a mute challenge. It's been a mute challenge over the cities. And of course, DC won. Everybody was it was it's so funny to see everybody come together on something. And everybody understood the assignment. The mute was mute. What she said, everybody on mute. And she just staying there looking around like, yeah. Like, everybody, It was a video on, I see this on Twitter, Facebook. It was a video on Facebook, and it was at one of the shows. I don't know what show it was. It couldn't have been a DC show, but it was. She was like, "Everybody on mute," and the one girl, it was a girl that was like, "Yeah," in the middle of the mute. Everybody was like, looking at her like, "Dang." Like, when she say mute. So if you watching this, you listening to this episode before you go to the concert, mute when she says mute. I gotta text my friend that. Mute when she say mute. On energy, mute, please. Because if you don't, people gonna be looking at you like, you just had to ruin it. That was so funny. But yeah. So apparently it was a challenge. DC won the mute challenge. As we should. I feel like Sunday was so special because of the rain. Because it was like, that's a true performer. Like, performing, singing in the rain. And again, the cozy dance routine, gagged. I was gagged. Because she moving 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So in DC, the metro stops at midnight, I think. Or no, 11. No, 11:30. I think midnight. I don't know. I've only taken the metro like once or twice. But it stops, like, running at a certain time. And after the time passed, because her concert was delayed, meaning longer time. So it went past the time that the metro was going to stay open. They said she paid $100,000. $100K to keep the metro open. I was like, that is so lit. That's so lit. So her fans can get home. Like, y'all took the metro. People took the metro. They were able to get home because they kept it open, I think, for an extra hour or two. She made $100K. I'm like, period. Again, I keep saying it. A true queen. And confession, I have been listening to Beyonce since Sunday. It's been times I'll randomly like just pop out in song because that concert is forever embedded in my brain. Like, and it's funny because now when I listen to her music, I'm a definitely think about that concert, and I'm gonna just get real hype, real excited because that's how lit it was. And I'm not, people are like, I don't know how people say Beyonce is overrated. How she's real. She's real. That's pretty much the gist of it. Yeah, Beyonce, true queen, true performer. Love her down. I love her even more. I mean, I've always loved her, but it's just like seeing her in concert, seeing her live and perform a great show. I was telling everybody, go. Even if you don't have a ticket, go. Stand outside the stadium. Go. It's so funny because my friend was like, I don't have tickets, but I'm getting a resale. Get the resale. Go. If you still do not have a ticket to this day and the concert, and she's still on tour for another month, I think, like a month and some change, go. Get a ticket and go. It don't matter where you're sitting. Don't matter where you're sitting. In that football stadium, there couldn't have been an empty seat. That football stadium was so full of people from front to back, top to bottom. There could not have been empty seats. It couldn't have been. Like, yeah. A great show. So that's my recap. Of course, I wanted to do a podcast episode about Renaissance. It's Renaissance Day. August 6th is officially Renaissance Day for me. It's a holiday. I'm dramatic. But it's a holiday. I'm dramatic, but it is. Happy Renaissance Day. I said that to my sister. So now every year on August 6th, happy Renaissance Day. Because that was the day we seen Beyonce in person. She can relate to it. I'll be like, girl. It's going to go down in history. The tour is going to go down in history, and I'm glad to be a part of the history. Because, yeah. Period. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. I'm starving. I'm about to go get me some wings. One thing about me, I'm gonna eat some wings, okay? I love me some chicken. I can't, I'll never get sick of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I will talk to you guys next week. And remember, it's a lifestyle. Bye.